Good morning. I am sitting here doing my most favorite thing to do on Sunday morning, or one of my most favorite things to do, and that's watch my beautiful daughter ride at her lesson, her riding lesson. And I feel like I've done a similar video to this, but it's still amazing to me to watch the life that my beautiful girls have and my husband and I, and to think about the trauma that we overcame, both me and my husband overcame to be where we are right now. It's nice. On the way to watch my daughter, I talked to my sister, and she's such a sweetheart. And in my opinion, everybody has their skill set and their gift and what they were put on the earth for. And some of us have emotional or mental issues or trauma for childhood. And pretty much everybody in my family has that, some type of stuff going on with their brain or their emotions. And at first it seems like a curse, and then you realize there's a blessing in it. I'm talking about my sister Libby, which if she watches this, I hope she watches it because this is dedicated kind of to her. This is day 163. Once again, this is supposed to be about my journey, and my journey deals a lot with my health and my fitness and my, journey to becoming healthier and fit, leaner, and all that kind of stuff, and my business. My sister Libby was in the military, and she was in the Navy. And when she went to the Navy, I was scared because I'm not, I support our military. I love what they represent. But at the time, it's like, gosh, that's my baby sister. So this is like 20, 30 years ago, right? So she goes to the military. She traveled the world. They had opportunities that none of us at the time ever had. Like, she'd been to Japan and some other cool places. I believe she spent time in the Middle East, and just my sister got to do all of that stuff. But she also became, she got a disability while in the military. And I was angry about that things had happened to her. And I was frustrated about it. Then, of course, all dealing with all the trauma from our childhood, the ups and downs, all of that, right? And, me trying to get out on my own. And then when she got out, we kind of reconnected. And, she started helping with my little sister because my mom was off helping her mother. And so all this responsibility was put on her. I was dealing with a bunch of responsibility too. But I realized a lot of the reason why we were able to switch gears so fast, change the direction of our lives, was because we were pushed to be something different so that we wouldn't wind up like where we came from. And we had the strength to do that because of the trauma that we went through. For example, if you're on a job and you've got a boss that's a little nuts or whatever, you can actually deal with that person that's a little nuts and be able to do what you need to do to handle your business, to keep your job, to, if you choose to move your job and move into another job, you can do it sanely because you're like, after dealing with my mom and dad, I can deal with this person. Or after dealing with my mom and dad, I'm going to deal with this person for a short period of time, and then I'm going to find something else I want to do, or I'm going to be able to consciously make a choice, but I'm not going to let this stuff at this job or in this business consume me. So the reason why it's kind of emotional right now, because my sister was telling me that she's proud of the mom that I am, and I'm proud of the woman that she is. And going back to her story, and how in the end we got to realize the stuff that challenges us is actually a blessing. I work a lot, and even though I take time to be a great mom and be there for my kids, it's still, my bandwidth is small, and there's still so much trauma that has happened in our family that I choose to separate myself in order just to keep my sanity, and I feel like sometimes my sister gives me more credit for being stronger than I actually am, because I feel like she's got the strength. And this is not a cop-out, because I do reach out to my mom, but she doesn't really talk much to me or whatever. And I'm cool with that, because I understand that she's been through trauma her whole life, and it's just how she's wired. And believe it or not, I'm super cool with that, because I don't need to deal with the crazy stuff. So, but my sister, on the other hand, has the ability to take care of my mom. She helped raise my sister, and she takes care of my brother in her own way. And she has a roof over her head. She lives in a decent community, and she doesn't have to stress about work. You know why? Because she has the full benefits of being a disabled vet. Now, would I have wished that on her? No. Would I have wished that, that she could get a check for the rest of her life so that she could take care of her parent, our mother? Well, yeah, I would love that, but I don't want it to be because of a disability. But guess what? The universe knew better. God knew better. And I think about that even with my own business. It's like, I grew up in the tree care industry. I love the tree care industry, but I wasn't happy with the way I grew up. But I wouldn't know anything about this industry if it wasn't for my dad. And I wouldn't have learned to professionalize it and take it to the next level if it wasn't for my brother. So even through the mental issues, even through the ups and downs, even through the trauma, there was beauty that came out of it. And the life that I have right now is a direct result of being able to deal with trauma, being able to overcome adversity, being able to make a plan, to work hard, to stay focused, and deal with whatever shortcomings that I have, and shore up my strengths, and not, aggravate my weaknesses too much. So all of that comes from learning how to overcome challenges from your childhood. Now, why doesn't this happen to everybody? Why doesn't everybody have those traumas and make it something good? And my sister said something today. She goes, Donnie, it's a choice. People can choose how they let things affect them. She goes, you could have been a bad mom. You could have been a distant mom. You could have been a non-nurturing mom. You could have been a crazy mom. You could have been abusive, but you're not. I put my whole heart into being a great mom for these girls because I wanted to be the mother that I never had. And people go, well, maybe you did have the mother that you needed because look at you now. But here's the flip side of that. Yes, did it help me become the woman I am? But here's the other thing that I also know. So this is not an excuse for people to keep being abusive. I've got friends of mine that have absolutely wonderful, amazing kids that are centered, smart, kind. And you know why? Because they had wonderful, amazing parents that are centered, smart, and kind. They didn't have to go through abuse to be that great parent. So please don't use this as an excuse that, the reason why you're negative or bad in some areas because that's how you grew up, because it's a choice. It's an absolute choice. Just like on the flip side of this, which is something we don't talk about, there are people that had wonderful childhoods and yet turned out to be very horrible people. Absolutely horrible people. So it's a choice. It's a choice. It's a choice how we navigate the world. It really is. So, yeah. I am out here at beautiful Chastain Horse Park. Walking, getting my exercise on. So guess what? This is part of my journey, getting that exercise on while my daughter is taking her lesson. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But this amazing feeling, this joy that I have right now, it came from choices that I made. Choices that I made to change And here's the other thing. I'm not trying to oversimplify this, but literally everything that helped me change my life was either in a book, came from another person, or recently, especially in the last 10 years, 15 years, Google. If I don't know how to do something, I Google it. If I need advice about something, I Google it. And of course, I don't just go by the first results. I do a little research first, and then I go YouTube and Google. I have literally built a lot of what I'm dealing with, what has turned out to be good in my life through Google and YouTube. So when people tell me they don't know how to be a good parent, or they don't know how to be, good morning, how you doing? Or they don't know how to be, a better cook, or they don't know how to overcome adversity, or they don't know how to get their mind straight, or they don't know how to meditate, or they don't know how to focus. I'm like, Google it. Seriously, Google it. So we got choices. I want to show you guys something. This is so beautiful. Look at this tree. Yes, I'm switching subjects, because honestly, if you do want to know something, this one video is not going to be the thing that changes your life. Isn't that beautiful? The thing that's going to help you change your life is you making those changes. So, Google it. Just want you guys to see this. It's so beautiful. This tree is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This barn is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. So beautiful. And you know what? Somebody worked hard to build this thing. Somebody worked hard to put this together. Actually, a lot of people work hard to put this together so that these children can enjoy this place. And yes, I know the history of this country. We're not going into all of that right now. We need to talk about that. We need to address that. We need to fight racism. We need to fight sexism. We need to do all of that. But right now I'm talking about on an individual basis. You want your life to change? Make some better choices. Yeah. Make some better choices. Well, quickly, my choice right now is to walk, get some exercise, eat cleaner, and stay on this journey no matter how many times I fall off the wagon. And I'm watching it work, because it does work. Alrighty. Y'all enjoy your Sunday. Life is good. Life is so good. It really is. It's all in what we choose. It's what we choose to focus on. All right. I love you, Libby. This one was dedicated to you. Once again, she could have been homeless, on the streets, not able to contribute. But because she made some different choices, not only does she contribute, she's made life easier for me, and she's made life easier for people in my family. And before you guys go, not everybody's like that. Let me explain something. Sister Libby deals with a lot of the same issues that a lot of people in our society deal with. I believe it's considered bipolar. We all have different emotional issues. She's got some back issues, heart issues, And like a lot of people in my family, we all got to deal with our little stuff, our weight or whatever. But you know what? She's a great person. And she always leads with her heart. And I love her for that. So don't make excuses. Just do it. Alrighty. Be blessed.